Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion plays The Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. In case you couldn't tell, still a little bit under the weather, unfortunately, but life goes on, one way or the other. Unfortunately, we did die on Ultra Hard last time, which was extremely annoying and pretty much due to my own idiocy, but at the same time, that doesn't mean I can't be a little upset about it anyway. This time we have the Pong challenge, which is actually one of the easier ones, like, throughout the entire existence of the game, I think. We'll just Joker card right now. Why not? Add a little excitement by taking 9 lives early. I say it's one of the easier ones because you start with 100 damage, which is, like, possibly the highest. No, that's not true now that I think about it. I have seen, like, cheat-engined videos where you can get into, I think, like, the millions on damage, but I only saw that the one time. I think this was, like, a Spanish YouTuber who did it. You know those Spanish YouTubers, they're always pushing the envelope. I don't really know what I'm talking about, basically. Our rate of fire, of course, is 150, which is garbage, but it doesn't really matter because our shot kills everything in one hit and also bounces around like crazy, so I'm not actually sure if we conceivably... Oh, come on. Rocks are like our worst enemy right now. Oh, wow. Well, in that case, I'm not sure if we can raise our rate of fire functionally enough to have it, like, no longer be a big deal, but we'll find out. I can't shoot yet. Can't shoot yet. Please. Enemies that chase us are going to be a problem. But yeah, either way, I apologize. You know, it impacts your listening experience for my voice to be, like, a little congested, but I'm a believer that, to some extent, the show must go on. People tell you to rest when you're sick, and I think that there's many valuable reasons for that. One of which is you don't want to overexert yourself, another one is you don't want to go to your job and get other people infected. Luckily, I work from home, and the only person I'm liable to infect with any kind of common cold virus would be my wife. And I'll tell you a little secret of marriage is that you see someone get sick, one of the two in the couple gets sick, and you know. You're like, there but for the grace of God go I. I can't believe I ruined my deal with the devil chance by walking into those. Oh my, okay. You can't criticize my Isaac play, I'm sick. But yeah, no, I'm not saying that what I do, by the way, is not work, and that, you know, doing something else would not be restful. I'm just saying, to some extent, the show must go on, and I value kind of routine here. Plus, I'm on the up and up. Oh my Atlanta, dude. Like, I'm on the upswing of getting better, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm good to go. I think, at least. Let's see what we got in here. Do we actually... I can't believe I used the sun card to deal damage when one shot probably would have killed either enemy. Instead, I have a 1% deal with the devil chance because I was acting like an idiot. There are no item rooms, which is what I was going to ask. So, what I am going to do is go to the curse room to try to get this guppy dream going, because if we can get flies that deal 200 damage each, like, we're in heaven. We're also going to teleport out of here to the shop anyway. And we probably won't be able to buy anything, but we might get a little lucky. You never know. So yeah, as I always tell you, I sound worse than I am. Nothing there really gets me here. We should go to the secret room first. I sound worse than I am. I don't feel like 100%, but there's people on Earth more deserving of your sympathy, I would suggest. Which now sounds like I'm trying to tough it out, and that's not really the case, but you know, let me just slip in my Pee Wee Herman voice here. Okay. Second secret room. This pill gives us Guppy's head. No, one makes you larger. Pretty fly, very good. Range down, largely irrelevant. And, wait, the tears up did nothing. So I think that we're actually at, like, a static tier level that we can't affect, unfortunately. And we'll pop this open. You know what? Let's use one makes you larger. Why not? And the reason why not is obvious, but there's also, like, I'm trying to explore the benefit of possibly using the one makes you larger transformation. I forget what it's called, but that doesn't mean I don't know the sound it makes when it takes an enemy's life, you know? I'd also like to see, what if we got like Popula Duplex and made our shots twice as large? You know, in all likelihood, I'll probably only have one crack at the king here, so I would like to experiment with some of the more, you know, strange options. I actually would also love to get some bombs, because our shot is too wide, I think, to easily fit into a lot of those situations. And I'm not going to turn up my nose at Spirit Hearts, either. It was a lesson in Avril Lavigne's magnum opus, Skater Boy. Oh, their friends turned up their nose because they had a problem with his baggy clothes. For shame, 13-year-olds. You didn't like him because he wore baggy clothes. By the way, that song about being counterculture went to #1 in like 18 countries, but that's okay. I think we just ignore this for now. I want more money. That was a masterstroke right there. But we can't really use our money to reroll the donation machine safely here, I think. So, accept the range upgrade, which probably does nothing. Now we're cooking with gas. Pardon me. I mean, thinking about it logically, I don't think we really need more damage. So, I think the way I'm going to do it is actually like this. Why like that? Well, I actually did want more speed. And then if you're gonna take the, if you're gonna take ceremonial robes, I think it makes sense to take it last. We can do it. We did not do it. Just run, just run, just run. Okay, we made it out at least. We can buy Spirit Hearts, then re-roll the machine and get more Spirit Hearts, and probably be fine. Again, we shouldn't have anything to worry about, at least to a large degree here. We should try to be cool, because you never know when things could, like, completely go wrong. 3-room is all consumables, so I probably should not have re-rolled those bombs, even though it ended up working out okay. We will moon card, get some more bombs. We've already been to the shop. You think we can... Oh, that it re-rolls all the consumables on the floor. So I'm dumb, because I could have probably gotten that Spirit Heart if we'd played our cards right. So let's use a bomb here. And I will take Champion Bell just to see. It does nothing. Okay, so that was probably a big waste. A waste fellow. We could have gotten Diplopia instead, but... You know what? Mistakes exist to be made, which is an expression that I just made up. And might sound deep until you think about it for like more than 10 seconds. It's like a rules are made to be broken sort of thing. I didn't understand the poeticness of the expression rules are made to be broken. I always thought that was just bad justification for, you know, behaving poorly, like a boys will be boys sort of thing. So my son, you know, crashed his bicycle into the moon. Why are you just quoting the plot of E.T. filtered through 13 years of having never seen it? But actually, it's kind of genius, right? Rules are made to be broken. Because if you never made the rule, it couldn't have been broken in the first place. Rules are made to be broken. It's kind of an ingenious saying. Now, is it used predominantly for justification? Most rules are not made to be broken. And I think I've had this bit on the show before, even, where I took, like, the opposite position. But if I make a rule that's like, hey, don't drink and drive, that's not really... Well, you made the rule, so now we gotta break the rule. But I guess by definition, you can't make a rule without creating the possibility of it being broke. You get what I mean? Like, it's kind of... It's mildly interesting to think about at best. But I'm milking it here for some time, okay? Because my brain's not working that well today. I'm genuinely trying. I woke up today, I felt pretty good. It's one of those things, you know, when you work with your voice, you don't actually know how you feel until you can hear yourself. So I woke up and I was like, got 10 or 11 hours of sleep last night. That's the kind of rest you need when you're feeling a little under the weather. Thought I felt pretty good, and then Kate was like, how are you feeling? And I was like, oh, pretty good. Like, I sounded like I was a 200-year-old, like, got transformed into a frog by a witch or something like that. But I feel good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would now. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I feel good. R.I.P. James Brown. Okay. This one goes all the way. So we should be smart, but I could definitely take some deal with the devil items. We got a ton of HP recently. I don't really care about Mom's underwear. which I think is very advisable. I think you go Guppy's Paw and Goat Head. Like, there's a case to be made, and I think it... You know what? We have so many lives. Take Little Brim. There's a case to be made for Little Brim. And I took it, the case being made here was that 9 lives means that we can get HP back later. Anyway, but I think the more, like, kind of logical case is the idea of, you know, we can now choose when to shoot sometimes. If we have a tier in the air already, we can still charge another one up. The downside is if I shoot to try to hit an enemy with Little Brim, then I might fire a terrible Pong tier that allows us to not hit any enemies for far too long. It worked. But yeah, I think this will go fine. We just gotta be careful to not be like a little over-aggressive on deals with the devil, but with 9 lives, like if we create Guppy, it's over. Because here's how the meta will go. We'll shoot at one enemy. That enemy will die because it's getting hit for 100 damage. It'll create a fly that does 200 damage, and then these flies seek out enemies to kill. So we're, and not to mention, like, the Eternal Hearts have been out of control, but we're pretty much golden if we get one more Guppy item, which I think is almost the more likely outcome now. Let's try to get this, like, as straight up and down as possible, and he should be dusted. We got our deal with the devil chance at 100. This wouldn't be a bad one to have no deals for, and it effectively has 0, so I'm okay with that. All right. I think I was lucky that I only did, like, one Isaac episode yesterday, because after the ultra hard debacle, like, we totally had the win, and I ruined it. And it's hard for me to accept that. Like, I did get a bad roll of the slot machine, but it's like, you know, gambling or something like that. If you gamble and lose, even if you had the odds on your side, you got to accept that, you know, you made the decision there, I think. I understand that, like, gambling addiction is an illogical thing, but I understand it more than you would know because of the fact that I have a gambling addiction to pills in this game. Cobalt talks to me, says, why do you still take pills in the Binding of Isaac? And I say, I don't know, man, I'm addicted to the thrill. It's kind of not on the same level, maybe, as, you know, like a pathological addiction, but even the stakes never get higher than they were on the last run, and I still, I didn't know how to say no. So I'm hoping that, you know, we can make it through this on the next one. But I think I got lucky that I only did one yesterday because I was feeling, like, not amazing. I don't like the Mr. Meeseeks item, to be honest with you. Because otherwise, I could have tilted myself into, like, another stratosphere, I think, if I'd recorded, like, 6 yesterday. Plus, by the end, I would have sounded and probably looked like just a slightly more Seth Rogen-esque version of the Crypt Keepers, so I'm glad I didn't follow through with the illogical extreme there. But I'll level with you. We're pretty much, you know, running the clock on this one. I mean, we're at Mom 11 minutes into the run. It's a very good sign for our future. Should peep that. We got Book of Sin, which is like 0% worth getting. And we might want to take a look at this. Sadly, not good enough. Because, you know, this is the last challenge in the list. I don't think it's the last one that we're trying for the first time because we have other challenges we haven't unlocked yet. But after this, we'll be doing a bit of a reset again. So I would like to have, like, a little bit of a soft send-off to the challenges. And be like, you know, thanks for keeping me busy for, like, just over a couple of months here. Or just over 1 month, at least. And, you know, don't let the door hit you on the way out. I'm a little eager, as you might expect, to get back to the basics, like Amy Winehouse style, but was that Back to Basics Amy Winehouse, or is Back to Basics Christina Aguilera? It might be Christina. Jennifer Lopez, 4 kids, and I gotta take all of their blanks to showbiz. We're done here. We're done here. Thank you. I think we might have been in a tough spot on this run. I mean, now that we have the ability to fly, it's like a joke, but I think we might have been in a tough spot if we didn't get, like, the world's most seemingly unlikely quantity of Eternal Hearts. Like, I think we've had more Eternal Hearts show up on this run than we've had in, like, our entire history of Afterbirth challenges, or Afterbirth and Afterbirth Plus, and Rebirth challenges, I guess, now that I think about it. Still kind of a weird one. I'll be honest with you, Pong's not like... And hopefully this doesn't, you know, counter what I said 8 months ago when I played it, but it's not one of my favorite challenges necessarily. It's just kind of... It exists. The overpowered ones are kind of fun to do, but not that exciting to beat, whereas, like, Ultra Hard is not that fun to play, or Speed is not that fun to play, but it's very exciting to have destroyed. Hopefully we experience that one day. And overall, like, if we win this challenge, I think we did okay on the challenges. There weren't too many that I was like, we got screwed. We screwed ourselves on a couple. Like, I know from memory, we screwed ourselves on Ultra Hard. Although it still would have been tricky towards the end. No doubt. We screwed ourselves on Brains. And I think Speed is just, you accept that it's difficult. So, I don't think we really had much agency over that. But I'll take that over getting, like, unwinnable seeds. At least if I died, I did it my way. Very, very good Frank Sinatra impression there. It turns out all you need is about, like, 20 milligrams of mucus shoved up in your nostril. That might be actually, like, a negligible amount of mucus. I don't know how much mucus weighs, because it's attached to the cave walls of your nostrils most of the time. Stop. Thank you. I forgot about the next step. Set it up, open up shop. We have 1 luck. I'll take it. We got HP for the next floor anyway. We've only got 1 deal with the devil remaining. I think we're in a glorious spot here. And this one, it's Polaroid, so it goes to the chest, which is, of course, great for us. Where did those flies come from? I did it fly away. I mean, we're clearly not Guppy. Maybe we killed a champion that gave us a bunch? Stompy, that's the transformation. Luck, please. Luck be a lady. Okay, we're not going to go down that road too much. I almost feel like I should just take every single range down pill we have. Maybe our tier will last less long and we can shoot faster. But I worked it out in my head and I'm like, that's not how that works. That's like some badass science right there. So I think, like, it's just, they probably changed the parameter. Correct me if I'm wrong here. They probably set the parameters so your rate of fire is about as long as your tier survives on default range. So I think we would just end up walking around a little bit more frequently without anything showing up to hurt enemies. Which would be poor. Pardon me, by the way. I know it's unpleasant a little bit to listen to a sick guy talk if you got that, like, Florence Nightingale sort of, that should remove our transformation streamer. If you've got that Florence Nightingale, like, compulsion going on there, I promise you, I feel okay. It's not like you know, we watch professional athletes go out there and take a hit from a dude who weighs as much as a freight train, and we go, he deserves it, you know? That's what he gets for picking this career. We are Guppy now. Feel for them, don't feel for me. Look. I'll do it. I should not do it. It's the perfect, like, mistake here. 9 lives and fighting Hush on a challenge. Not a good idea. But what do we have working in our favor? Guppy's Paw. Really good damage. Also, being Guppy. Pretty positive. Tears down. Doesn't affect us, thankfully. Rotten Baby or a Tears upgrade? Well, I don't think our Tears upgrades are ever going to affect us. So getting the occasional fly that does 200 damage is way more valuable. Thank you for the key. Now you should be really asking if I'm feeling okay, because I just chose to fight Hush on a challenge in which it was optional. But I think we should be good to go here. I also feel like, you know, with low shot speed, it's kind of bad, but as long as we shoot, like, straight left and right, we should be in a pretty good spot here. The shots will, like, hit appropriately, ideally. First phase was a joke, more or less. Second phase, we just want to, I guess, hit with Little Brim as much as possible. Get those rotten baby shots in there. And I mean, I wouldn't say that we got the keys to the kingdom here, but we didn't get an insignificant kind of set of upgrades there. If we could only get our flies to actually target the right enemy. This might even be, like, close to the ideal setup to fight Hush, considering, like, his super armor should rarely activate. I hope. I don't like that our shots ricochet off the flies. That's doing me dirty. Please. That was a good shot. Do we only get one blinding light every time the blinding light comes in there? On the, like, the entire shot has blinding light, but when it collides with the enemy, does it only make one? Or does it make, like, one per tick? Or does it have a chance? Or... I think it only makes one. One per enemy, I should say. Because if there were multiple enemies, I think we could get more. But... to be honest, that's a question better answered by, someone a little bit closer to the metal than myself, probably. I know what you're thinking. NL, you got a perfect nerd voice right now. I won't do it. I won't do it. You know why? Because I resonate with the nerds. There's probably plenty of jocks who sound like I sound right now. They just got, you know, their nose all stuffed up with whatever. I don't understand what gives the nerds this voice in popular media. But the nerds are my people. I won't insult them like that. You can be a nerd as long as you're not a dweeb. Then you're cool with me. You're cool in my eyes, I should say. Peter Gabriel style. So mercifully, this is like an actual 10 out of 10 run. We killed Hush without getting hit, which is quite rare. And on top of that, like, Rotten Baby is actually a stone cold killer. What? We must go this way. And then, like, down and to the left. Yeah, Rotten Baby is gonna absolutely be a menace here. No! The first time we get hit in 100 years and it's by a freaking spider. Varus. It's not okay. I would like some keys. Clips has told me that they open doors. Push a T. Okay. Just keep it going. Easiest win of my life. And dude, all like, you know, like I've worked an office job. I know like 2:30 on Friday rolls around. You got visions of cracking open a cold one with the boys, watching a movie, something like that. I got that right now, but with like Dayquil and tomato soup. Like, I'm gonna finish this video. I've had a can of garden vegetable soup in my cabinet for like probably a year and a half. It's still good, don't worry. They were war rations, man. If it was good enough for Granddad, it's good enough for me. No, I'm gonna do this whole floor because I can, and because YouTube rewards you for time watched on a channel-based level. So it's really like win-win as long as you guys enjoy watching the content. Let's go full-on permanent Polaroid here. Plus, we can get some more items, like Pyromaniac, for example, and then that, which we can't use, but still. Like, that can of soup is gonna be demolished. I know that it's not, like, this easy, but, like, can you just cure the common cold already? It's the stupidest disease. Now, there's probably people who have the same level of education or less as me that would tell you why what I just said is idiotic. As I will always tell you, as far as I'm concerned, you can quote me on this even if we're in a job interview together, my bachelor's degree is, like, deprecated. It doesn't mean as much as it did, you know, the day after I got it. However, I just don't understand how we've cured polio, but the common cold is, like, still sitting there. We got, like, 8 different kinds of erectile dysfunction pills. Can't cure the common cold? It might seem like it's relatively minor, and I think it is, compared to, like, you know, a terminal disease or something like that, but Common cold costs like billions of dollars a year in lost productivity. And that's just talking about the YouTubers. Yeah, Cursed Eye, great item. Make our rate of fire like even worse. Look at how long it takes to charge. This is beautiful. Luckily, I don't even need to shoot anymore. It's probably not that easy. It's probably not like they want to cure or they have the ability to cure the common cold. They've just chosen not to. But still, listen to me. I'm suffering. Get on it, doctors. You see? I'm afflicted. Still afflicted with you. Oh, dude, let's go. Easy win. We should really wait for our charge to be ready. Just in case. Because I'm pretty sure one shot from this will destroy him. It wasn't even close, honestly. But I was worried about the teleportation. Greed Skullet. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. I don't know why I became Irish at the end of that. I apologize. Not for being Irish. I mean, that would be very culturally insensitive. Just for the accent, like, came out. I'll see you next time.